in for wood or metal. I looked at that another time I was here. I think the speed is a good speed. I think I looked at that before too. This should be plugged in already. Start and stop, starts the blade. Before, when you're setting up, I think the big thing is this guide can go up and down using, you loosen, I think just this one, and then this slides up and down. So the closer this is to the top of your part, the safer it is because it reduces any vibration or movement of the blade. So you really want to just get it low enough so that you have clearance to your part, and then lock it in. Sometimes if you're cutting, like this will be easier because it'll just be a straight through. If you have like a plate that you're cutting a big shape to, or if you have a plate that you're trying to get a straight cut, it can be really hard because it walks off. And there someday might be a guide, a straight edge guide that helps with that. So I made a part on this is a really simple object part if we want to use that can go for the bandsaw and so I'll show you that really quick.
You just want to come around over.
Because this will also help during the season if it's a little for Cat is printing out drawings and stuff like that.
Sorry.
For them. So this is what a drawing looks like. There's a little scale. If you printed it out, it shows the scale right here, 1 to 2. Material right here, I put 1 by 1 aluminum tubing. Here's where you would see like tolerance if otherwise noted, unless otherwise noted, which isn't too important for us yet. And so these dimensions are all in inches. So this is a 6-inch part in total. And then I put 2 holes here of different diameters that are through holes and centered within the part. So that should demonstrate a few different skills on both of those if we went all the way through. So I'm going to measure 6 inches on this first. The Sharpie, grab the Sharpie. And so remember we go with the ridge line is the 6. I'm writing all of trying to make the mark all the way to the right side of the line so that I want to cut away the mark completely to get to exactly 6. And I'm going to do a couple here on the edges and then use the straight edge as before to connect it. It's very valuable to have the line all the way across too because you're guiding it. It's not just a one-shot line it up like this one. You have to push it through, so you really want to keep it cutting away the line. Also, you can measure twice all the way through to be sure. And it actually isn't quite perfect, but you make one. Stop me if I'm doing anything wrong too. I haven't used a bandsaw in a few years. This starts it. I love how much it's vibrating and everything. But this one you have to, you have to use your hands on both sides. Line it up with the edge. And you move really slow is fine. You don't want to use gloves here either. You can feel if the part starts to heat up, especially if you're cutting something really thick. Back off of it and don't force it. You can also, if you need to use some spray lubricant, you can do that too if it's a thicker part. This isn't too thick, so it should be not too difficult. If I were doing it super precisely, I'd make another mark there, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then should be good. And then when you cut aluminum with any rough edge, this is all really sharp. I don't think we have a what do we call it, like the buffing wheel thing or anything like that. So sometimes you have like a high-speed wheel made of some dense material that you can just kind of rub this against. You can also kind of sand it down. Do we have deburr tools? Have you seen those?
I have not.
I feel like I've seen
Why
one
do
of
we
those
feel like
before.
we had a sander?
We had a file before, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is called a deburr tool, or the finishing touch. And this is also sharp too. So on your cut edge, you can just kind of go around the edge, the outside and the inside, and it basically rounds it out a little bit. So it should be taking off the rough edges. And then also if you drill holes that don't need to be super precise, you can take this around the inside of a rounded hole. And so see, I can do this relatively safely with this and not get any splinters versus the other side that I cut. You can still, I wouldn't do that, but you can see some of the rough edges. Oh, it is perfect.
Nice.
Okay. Questions? Ready to try it out?